Hey everybody, sorry about that. I think I was live before I knew I was. Hey, it's Leanne here. How's everybody doing this morning? I am so grateful to be with you here this morning to talk all things safety plans. And I'm going to give everybody a moment to get on here before we do a deep dive into our safety plan chat today. Thank you for being here. Hey, let me know you're here. I'm here by myself today. And Leslie is busy serving and working so tirelessly like she always does in the community and with her groups in her mastermind group. And so anyway, I am so honored that she asked me to come on here to keep us all kind of in the groove as we navigate this whole thing called safety plans. And you know, last week we started our Facebook Live off talking all about safety and how incredibly important it is that we remain in a place of safety. And safety planning is one of the ways that we do that. Oh, good. I see there's a bunch of you jumping on here. And I want to encourage you that we are going to be doing some great stuff here this morning, and we've got some giveaways for you. So you need to be present and live to win, but we're going to be giving away some Starbucks gift cards. So if you need a moment right now to go grab your safety plans or grab your phone and take a picture of your safety plan to put in the feed only on this Facebook Live. This is where we want all your safety plans posted because that's how we're going to know to grant you your prize. So we're going to just go ahead and pick 5 winners for some gift cards. So anyway, please do that. Grab your safety plan, snap a picture, put it in the feed so I can see it. Martha's here to help me, and we're going to pick at the end of our time together today, we're going to pick some winners, or maybe in the middle, depending on how this is all going. Oh, thank you for the hearts. I see you all here. I'm so glad you're here with me. So good morning, good morning. If you're just jumping on, we are going to talk safety plans this morning. This is a really big and important step for you, so congratulations on being here. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Leanne, and I'm one of Leslie's coaches, and I'm super honored to be here with you this morning. It's early here in Phoenix, so I've got my coffee. I haven't had it all yet, so if I stumble and wiggle, be gracious to me, and I'm going to stop and take a sip here real quick, so I get a little bit of that Java jive going, because this is a hard topic. And so we're going to go ahead and start in prayer as we talk about our safety plan. So Father, we just thank you for this opportunity to come live, to talk about safety. Safety matters greatly to you, Lord. And the safety of the women in this group, their children, their partners is all important to you. And so, Father, we just invite you into this conversation. We thank you that you are the ultimate giver of safety. We thank you that you gave us the ultimate safety plan by going to the cross for us, and we praise you for that. So may we learn from you and learn from each other during this live together this morning. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. Well, I was in one of my favorite devotionals this morning, and before we even dive right in, as more of you join, I want to just read from you. Is that okay if I just give a little devotional chat here with you this morning and share with you? This is one of my favorite devotionals. It's called He Holds My Hand. And this is how God wants us to come to his space. He says that he is our helper. Oh God, our help in ages past, our hope for years to come, our shelter from the stormy blast. You are our eternal home. Isn't that such a comfort? The Lord has read our cries for help, ladies. He is here. He is ready to give us comfort, shelter, and assistance. Isn't this amazing? This was my devotion yesterday, and I reread it again this morning as I was preparing. Like the psalmist, Lord, all of us ladies have prayed, hear us, O Lord, have mercy on us, help us, O Lord. That is Psalm 30:10. Our prayers, ladies, are precious to God. we're going to be tested and we're going to have trials, especially in the midst of making these safety plans, right? This is a challenging thing for us all to do, but it's an important step for us all to do. The Lord says that He sees us doing these. He cares about them. He holds our anxiety, our stress, and our fears in the palm of His hand, and He desires to deliver us from all of that. The choice to receive that, ladies, is ours. It's mine and it's yours, and we're invited to give it to Him. We can reach out to Him, and we can know that His strong hand is grasping us. Behold, God, you are my helper. The Lord is the upholder of our life. So as we think about creating these safety plans and posting the ones that we have created, we can remember and hold fast to the promise that He is the upholder of our lives. His peace will give us freedom from fear, rest and deliverance from distress and trouble, and eternal life. We get to offer up our safety plans to each other and to the Lord today. And I'm super grateful that we get to do that in community and do that together. So thanks for letting me share that little bit of a devotion here with you this morning. It's so great to see you here. I am so grateful to be here too. Okay, here we go. We are going to start talking about safety plans. Ladies, how many of you, raise your hand, give me a heart, let me know if you have completed your safety plan. Have you done that? Thumbs up, hearts, put in there, yes, I did my safety plan. Yes, I did my safety plan. Ooh, I'm scrolling through. I see there is a bunch of you here saying good morning. Oh, the name of my devotional book, He Holds My Hand by Carol Kent. She's a friend of Leslie and I's as well. Oh, look at great. All these hearts, all these things are, thumbs up are coming up. Great. Okay, super. Super. Okay, great. You're all doing your safety plans. And so we are here and we're going to talk all things safety plans. So I'm going to grab a couple of my notes so I don't miss a beat or a step. And we've got some winners coming in. And I think, hey, Martha, are you wanting me? Let me know if you're wanting me to announce these winners that you're drawing already, because these ladies are active watching and sharing their safety plans. So Martha, you can send me a text and let me know if you want me to announce our first winner or not. You can let me know. I'm going to wait to hear from Martha. But ladies, you know, we're at a place of acceptance right now, right? We've been watching the videos. You've been spending time with the Conquer material, and you are realizing that this is what your situation is. And part of acceptance is creating a safety plan. Acceptance can be super challenging for us when we have expectations on others and they're not meeting those. We have to accept that. And our dangers, whether they be physical, emotional, spiritual, financial, mental, even environmental dangers, we have a responsibility as strong women here in Conquer to accept those and then take that next best step, which is making a safety plan. Okay, Martha gave me the go ahead. Winner number one is Janie Logan. Janie Logan, you are winner number one of our Starbucks gift card. And I'm looking forward to learning more about what your safety plans are. And so I want to share with you about safety plans in that you can have a temporary safety plan and you can have a long-term safety plan. And one of the most amazing things about safety planning is they can change and grow as you change and grow. You know, I've gone through the Conquer journey a few times now, and my safety plan has shifted and changed. From at first not thinking I needed one, going, maybe this isn't necessarily for me, to, oh my word, I need a safety plan and I need to pack a bag in my car, to there's been a couple evolutions in between there, to now part of my safety plan, I'm just going to share, part of my safety plan during COVID are headphones and, oh, wrong way, and a lock on my door if I need to remain in solitude. So those are some of my two just real active safety plans, just so I can share with you some strategies that I have found that have been super helpful for me. So anyway, and we've got winner number 2 here. It's Carrie Zetzma. Carrie, welcome and congratulations. You are winner number 2. Ladies, I'm super excited that I'm seeing some safety plans being posted, and you need to win the prize of a gift card. You need to post your safety plan, either a photo of it or your written safety plan here, right here in this live Conquer Feed stream, okay? That is how you're gonna be a winner. I see how we've done it. Oh, good, I see Felice Ann. She's done a financial safety plan. Great. I see safety plan done, safety plan done. Oh, you ladies are so encouraging to me to see that you are doing your safety plans and you are posting them. Great. Oh, and Polly said that she has put it into place and activated her safety plan. I'm going to look forward to hearing more about that. Congratulations on that. That is stupendous. Oh, and some of you have told your husbands about your safety plan. That is a very courageous thing to do. Some people will recommend that you not do that, that you just act upon it, and others will say it's okay to do. Please gauge. Ask God for wisdom whether or not your safety plan should be shared with your partner, with your husband, okay? And so only you are going to know that as you seek the Holy Spirit and his counsel. You know, ladies, it's Leslie talks about in the safety module and talking about safety plans about Proverbs 4 and about seeking wisdom. So as we are here together, we are seeking wisdom, right? From each other, from this community, from Leslie's Live. And hey, Leslie, you're going to be watching this later. We miss you. We love you. We so appreciate that you have provided a safe place for us to navigate what it means to be safe as women. And Leslie pointed us to Proverbs 4, and I just wanted to read it, just a little segment of it here. It says, "He taught me and he said to me, take hold of my words with all your heart. Get wisdom, get understanding. Do not forget my words or turn away from them. Do not forsake wisdom. And she will protect you. Love her and she will watch over you. The beginning of wisdom is this, get wisdom. Get wisdom." And part of that is sharing in the feed so we can learn from each other. There is a lot of beautiful and wise women here in Conquer that we can learn about safety planning from. To those of you who have been here for a long time, please share your safety plans with us as well. To all of you who are new, welcome, and please share your safety plans. May we learn from one another. We can cherish wisdom. We can exalt wisdom because it comes from God. We can embrace wisdom and honor it, just like we can do for each other. And so I want to share with you a couple of different ideas about safety planning. Financial safety planning is huge. Okay, there are some amazing tools on the web that you can find if you have not created your safety plan as of yet. I want you to know this one right here I printed off. This is a wonderful domestic violence personal safety plan. Have you seen this one? Have you Googled safety planning to find out different tools? This one is one of my favorite. It's super comprehensive. Okay, one of the reasons why I like this safety plan is because it takes you through some questions. If I decide to leave, I will. And then you get to fill in the blank on that. Women, you're not always going to be able to avoid violent situations. Can I just be really honest and say that out loud? This is the truth. Your job and your responsibility is to protect yourself and your children right now to get into safety. And if you are at risk right now, call 911. It is okay to program in 911 and to even teach your kiddos how to call 911 and get to safety. The authorities are here to protect and to serve you, so we need to be able to use them. Another question on here, I can keep my purse and car keys ready and then put them. Decide where it is you're going to put them. I can tell a safe person about my violent or abusive situation. Fill in, think through, pray about who it is that you can share that you are in a violent or abusive situation, so they are there to support you. You can have a code word with them. You can reach out to them for help. Here's another great question on here. When I expect that we're going to have an argument, I'll try to move to a place that is low risk, such as where? Where is low risk for you? Have you identified that in your world? Do you know where a low risk situation is in your home? If not, please identify that for yourself. And then another great hot tip is use your judgment and your intuition. If the situation is very serious, you're not always going to be able to calm your partner down, ladies. You have to protect yourself until they can calm themselves down. Okay? Just going to shoot straight with you. I've gotten calls from women in their closet. I've known women who have had guns held to their head. Gals, this is serious. And we know here in Conquer, we've seen the pain. I have grieved with you and prayed with you over the situations that are happening here in our community. Your job is to keep yourself safe. So as you are preparing to leave, ladies, I'm going to be really honest with you. Most women try to leave over 8 times before they do so successfully. Many women make multiple safety plans and never use them. Let that not be said of us women here in Conquer. We have each other. We are not alone. We do not need to be afraid to enact our safety plans, okay? Winner number 3 is Steph Jimenez Kaiser. Thank you for posting your safety plan. Congratulations. Thank you, Martha, for keeping me on track. Way to go, ladies. Winner number 4 is Tiffany Reed. You are live here with us. You are posting your safety plan. Great. Martha's giving you instructions. Type in your safety plan, place a photo down. Let us know that you have done your safety plan. This is an incredible first step, ladies, for you to get strong in your core, for you to be strong in the Lord, and to take your next best right steps in order for you to stay well, leave well, or learn to be well. That is your responsibility. Nobody else can create a safety plan for you. We are here as a community to thoroughly equip and support you as you do it, and hold your arms up as you struggle with implementing it, but it's your job to create the safety plan. So thank you for showing me that you are showing up for yourself. It warms my heart to see you taking good care of yourself. All right. Winner number 5, Melissa Withrow. Congratulations, ladies. I think I got everybody. Martha, let me know if I missed anybody. I see safety plan. Yeah, when the crazy making starts. You know, Leslie and I talked about last week the abuse cycle, right, gals? And about when the tension building starts, the tension building phase starts to grow on that side of the abuse cycle is when you need to start implementing and enacting and planning for your safety. All right. So anyway, this is one tool. You know, there's another tool that some people wonder about, and it's like, how do I prepare to leave? How do I prepare to leave? How can I prepare my children to leave? And, you know, to increase your independence, think through what it is that you can do, and think through what it is that you need to pack in your bag. I know when I pack my bag, and when I've talked to other women about packing their bags, pack a cell phone charger. You're going to need it, a notepad and a pen, clothing. If makeup's important to you, pack your makeup. You do not need to be in crisis mode and not to feel good when you are keeping yourself safe, okay? Maybe you're gonna need some cash. Maybe you wanna stash the cash somewhere. Maybe some kind of a burner phone. These are different ideas that women have posted that could be helpful. So anyway, I guess I got a question here. I am gonna go ahead and read one of the questions here from Martha. And so keep posting your safety plans, post questions. We are going to keep the questions, ladies, focused on your safety plan and getting support around that. That is what this live is all about. So if you have other questions, please prepare those for our next Conquer call. And we'll get to those then. Leslie will be able to address those with you. All right. One question that we have here. My temporary safety plan is to keep communication with my husband solely about the children, to walk away from unhealthy conversations, to install a new doorknob on my bedroom door. Is this a good plan? Anything else you would advise? I think those are beautiful plans. You want to remember that it's super important for you to be able to, lock yourself in. Teach your children code words. Have safety plans with them so they know. It is okay to walk away from unhealthy conversations. If you are being belittled, shamed, spoken harshly to, yelled at, threatened, you can walk away. It is okay to say, I'm sorry, I'm not prepared to have a conversation with you right now. It is okay for you to say that. You have freedom and permission. We'll write you permission slips here in Conquer if you need one. I know it's scary. This is new. It's frightening to take these steps and to stand for yourself, but you can do it. We believe in you. Seek wisdom on that. It is okay to walk away. It is okay to say, I'm sorry that you see it this way. I cannot continue a conversation with you. It is okay, ladies, to accept the fact that you cannot control the way that your husband thinks. Or maybe it's an abusive child. You cannot control the way they think. It is okay to walk away. All right. I love it. So that question was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. It is a great plan. Keep building on that plan. Do you have a list, ladies, of things that you need to take with you? I'm going to do this if you want to take a screenshot. Do you have a list of things that you can take with you if you need to leave in a hurry? Do you have a list of numbers, phone numbers that you can call outside of 911 of people that will support you and help you when you need it the most in order to remain safe? Okay? That is something that we need to consider. And if that would be helpful for me to post a photo of that, will you please give me a hearts up or a thumbs up or a word in the feed and let me know if that would be helpful? That'd be great. Also, I know that there are women in this group who are disabled, and creating a safety plan scares the daylights out of you. Okay, creating a safety plan for those of you, even during COVID, is frightening because there's not many places that we can go because there are places that are shut down. And so I want you to think about, if you have hearing issues and you need to TTY something, make sure those people know that you are in a dangerous situation and that you might be reaching out for help. And yes, I'm seeing on the feed right now, guns unloaded. If you have guns in the home, get them unloaded, move them, hide them. I've had to do that. Hide your weapons that are in the house. It's okay to do that, okay? Hide the ammo. Ladies, it's okay to do that. Take them to a different place. It is okay. You need to be safe. Your children need to be safe. All right. If you have emergency alert, if you are disabled, please, please, please notify those people. That's some things that people don't think about. Do you have extra batteries? Ladies, for hearing aids. Do you have extra batteries for other equipment that you need should you have to leave in a hurry? Do you have an extra pair of glasses for those of you who cannot see without them? Have you packed those? Will you have access to a telephone? Do you have an air horn or a whistle that you could blow loudly for your children to hear or someone else in the house to hear? Maybe you live in an apartment complex and your neighbor is your notification person. Do you have a way to get a hold of them? Do you need a nanny cam? Do you need a camera in your safe space in your house for people to know when you're in danger? These are some tips for those of you who might be disabled. So think about that. There's questions coming in about our children. Yes, you can include your children in your safety plan, and you want to think about the emotional help. Yes, a toothbrush, a Bible, a journal. Yes, pack that. But we need to think about our children. We need to think about our children and their emotional well-being during safety planning and leaving. And so we can't stop all the explosive reactions that are going on in our houses, that's for sure. We can be prepared by learning and growing together. And the ideas that you are giving in this feed are valuable. This video will be posted on our site and held for you so you can go back and scroll through and learn from each other. You can prepare for the episodes by preparing and thinking through what to do for your kiddos. What about paying attention for your kiddos? Paying attention, are they having a difficult day? Are they having a difficult time? What is a safety plan that you can have in place for them to think about? How can you prepare them? How can you help your child calm down? How can you help your child speak to you about what is scaring them? How can you be a servant to your kiddos? Being aware and choosing to not cover your eyes and be blinded to their challenges, but to see where it is they might be sensitive to the different explosions that could happen in your household. They're going to need you, Mom. They're going to need you to comfort them. Are you prepared for that? Think through some of that as well, because your children, they may act out. They may be really afraid. So thinking through some mental health for your kiddos and for you is something that you can do to help prepare your children when they are feeling more stressed than normal. So it's something to think about. I know it's a lot to think about. It can get overwhelming, but we're here to help you. You can also notice when your kiddo's stress level is rising. Please pay attention to when your stress level is rising as well. When our stress levels rise as moms, as women, we can tend to not show up in our core. We can tend to not show up as our best selves. And that's our work to do, is to step into that and be prepared for that. Okay? So I just want to give you that little caveat as well. I love what I'm seeing coming up in the feed. Our husbands never taking us seriously. Our pastors never taking us seriously. This is a huge, challenging situation. It doesn't matter if they take you seriously or not. Please take yourself seriously. We take you very seriously here in Conquer. Take your situation seriously. Your safety and your children's safety is your primary responsibility. Nobody is going to do it for you. I have not started making a safety plan yet. It is overwhelming. How do you suggest I get started? There, like I was saying here a minute ago, there is a personalized safety plan that you can download right off the web. And this is how many pages? This is 5 pages, 5 pages. It will walk you through step by step how to remain safe in a violent situation, how to be safe when preparing to leave, how to be safe when you are in your own residence. Could be changing locks on doors, replacing certain things, outside lighting systems, different things like that. It walks you through all of that. I also want you to think about who it is that you can tell. Who are your safe people? Have you identified your safe people? That's a big one. It's vulnerable and it's scary, and I get it. Who else knows that you are in a dangerous, abusive, or a destructive situation? Who needs to know that? Who is there to support you? Maybe it's somebody at, if you're a student, maybe it's somebody at your school. Maybe it's your child care provider. Maybe it's a teacher, a special friend, your BFF. Maybe it's a Sunday school teacher. Maybe it's not a pastor at all. Who might it be? Who do you use? Who's your safe people? Put it in the feed. Let us know who you have trusted. Let us know who you have trusted. You can inform them. Some of you are going to need a safety order of protection, and that is okay. Ladies, many abusers, they don't obey. They don't obey safety plans. They won't respect them. And legal matters need to happen. You need to call the police. You need to get a protective order in place. It is okay to do that. If you are in physical danger, this is huge. It is okay to get the authorities involved. It's going to make some people upset. Your people pleasing is going to have to go out the window. But it's okay to call the authorities. That is one way that you can be sure that they will not violate your safety plan. All right. I'm looking here at notes. There and know your laws. Know your laws. They vary from state to state. I've had that question as well. They vary from state to state. I can't give you any individual counsel on that. Please find out from your local domestic violence shelter what are the laws in your states that are right now available to you to keep you safe during these challenging times. Also, how can you remain safe on your job or out in public? There are tips and strategies for that. What about while you're driving? There are tips and strategies for that as well. You can go to different grocery stores than you know your partner is going to be at. That's one tip. Don't go where they shop. Stay away from there. What about drug and alcohol use? This is a big one. All right, ladies, and I'm going to shoot straight with you. Some of us who have been in destructive, challenging, or disappointing relationships for many years use different methods to cope. It may be you who is using drugs or alcohol to cope. That's okay. We're not here to judge you. If that is you, please get yourself safe and get the support that you need. Reach out to somebody and let them know that you're struggling. We're here to support you here in Conquer. If you need counseling, get a counselor. If you need a coach, get a coach. If you need to post here, post here. If you need to get accountability, get accountability. It might not just be the abuser that is using different methods and strategies to cope and to tolerate that perhaps are not the healthiest for you. I love you. We love you here in Conquer. Leslie adores you. She has devoted her life's work to keeping you safe. Please, please honor yourself by reaching out for the support that you need. It's not just the abusers that abuse alcohol. It's not just the abusers that abuse or use drugs and alcohol for support and care. We see that, we know it, and we love you. All right. This is a big topic. This is a hard topic, and it's hard for me to say it. You know, I know I've used different coping methods. Shopping, I'm a thrifty diva. Those of you who know me, I can use shopping and thrifting as one of my strategies for coping. It's not always the healthiest thing for me to do. It numbs me. How about you? Do you use things to numb you? Numbing will prevent you, ladies, from creating a safety plan. That's why I'm bringing it up. If you numb with drugs, alcohol, shopping, cruising the internet, surfing, whatever, it's okay. We all do something. Everybody's got something. But just acknowledge that for yourself. That's part of your protection. All right, another thing on the safety plan. The drugs, the alcohol, like I was saying, most people in our culture do use drugs and alcohol. It's a thing. Some of it's legal, some of it's not. Remember that, okay? Illegal drugs in the home is another safety issue that I've heard women speak about. And I know some of those questions are coming up. It's okay to report illegal drug use in your home. It is okay to report illegal drug use in your home. Safety plans need to include this if this is something that you are navigating within your home. What about your safety for your emotional health? What about when you're feeling down? What about when you are afraid to communicate with anybody by telephone? What about the days that you don't want to get out of bed? You can still implement your safety plan. Reach out and get some help. You can, ladies. I want you to practice. Stand up if you need to. I'm going to stand up, right? You can stand up and we can say, I can create a safety plan. If you have not done it yet, I want you to stand up, stand in your power and say, I can create a safety plan. I can create a safety plan. Anybody need to say that right now? Your emotional health, your well-being is super important. You can do it. Some people have asked about some things that they need to grab. I'm going to give you a couple of ideas of things that you might need to grab as you are fleeing, if you need to, in a hurry. You want to have identification with you. Maybe birth certificates for you or your children. These are things maybe you haven't thought about. Maybe school vaccination records, medical records, a checkbook, ATM card, keys. You know, with all these funky new cars that some of them have fobs. Make sure you have a key or a fob, because you're not going to go anywhere if you don't have that. What about medications? If you are on any medication or your children are, make sure you have backup medications. What about work permits, green cards? You know, there are women in our community who may have those, and you need to have those in order to stand on your own 2 feet. Social Security cards, driver's license, registration, and a copy of your protection order if you've had that. What about passports? What about lease or rental agreements to prove that you can get back into the house if you need to? What about address books? What about if you have pictures or jewelry that's super important to you that you don't want to have destroyed? Take it with you, throw it in your bag. What about for your kiddos? Any favorite toys or books or blankets, something of sentimental value? Because sometimes these guys, they get violent and they throw stuff. They destroy stuff. I'm just being honest with you. It could happen. So if you have some things that are super duper important to you, put them in a safe place now, even before you need to. It's okay to take care of you and your children. It is your responsibility. All right, so that's a couple of things. I'm going to take a look at our questions. Let's see. Gosh, Martha, thanks. Ladies, you are beautiful with all of your questions. How we doing? How we doing? This is a lot of information. It's emotional, isn't it? It's overwhelming. Safety planning is huge. And I just want to before I answer any questions, I just want to give you a little acronym, okay? And the acronym is SMEEPS, SMEEPS. So if you get stuck and you wonder about, what do I need to think about when I'm creating a safety plan? I want you to think of SMEEPS. This is Leanne's gift to you. This is something that I use all the time with my clients, the ladies that I work with. SMEEPS stands for, are you ready? The first S is for spiritual safety. Okay? How are you going to take steps to have spiritual safety? The M is for mental safety. What are you going to need to do to protect your mental well-being? The stories that you're telling yourself, okay? The beliefs, the things that you're believing and you're thinking about. That's the M for SMEEPS. What do you need in place for your mental well-being? The next E, the next letter is E, your emotional well-being. Emotional abuse is one of the biggest challenges that many of us will face. This is a huge safety issue. You can make a safety plan just around emotional safety, ladies, if you are not in physical danger. You can make a safety plan around any of these SMEEPS that I'm talking about here. I'm giving you a sneak peek into SMEEPS. All right. So again, it's spiritual, mental, emotional. The next one a lot of people don't think about is environmental safety. Is your home, the area around you, your workspace, all of it, is it safe? Do you have a lock on your door? Do you have a window in your room that you could get out of if you need to? Okay. You can create an environment that helps you to build safety for yourself and for your kiddos. E is for environment. The P, physical safety, you got it. You can build a safety plan just around physical safety. And the final S is social. This is an incredible one to remember when you think about reaching out to others to get the support and find your safe people that you can share, that you are in danger or you are in a destructive relationship and you need some support. And then the one that I always throw in there at the end, it's not in SMEEPS. Maybe y'all can help me think of another fun acronym, but is the financial piece. Do you have access to all of your financial information in your home? Do you know your bank account numbers? Do you have online banking? Do you know your passwords? Do you know your passwords to get in and find out your financials? Many of us have retirement accounts. Do you know who they're through? Do you know how much money are in them? Do you know how much money your partner makes at his job? Do you know his income? Does he have hidden accounts? Do you know about that? There are women who are developing safety plans, and as they go through SMEEPs with an F, they are finding information out that they never knew was going on in their home. There is secret accounts everywhere that their partners are pulling money from and putting money into. You can call your bank. You can find out information, depending on your laws in your state. But please, please, ladies, take the financial piece. Very important. I know women whose accounts have been drained by their partners because they didn't know. I know women who have absolutely no clue of their financial situation in their home. And that's part of our responsibility. It's part of our work to do, ladies, is to become informed. You know, we read Proverbs 4 at the beginning of this. We talked about gaining, seeking, and cherishing wisdom. And it's your responsibility in order to find out your financial information. So I hope that was helpful. SMEEPs, SMEEPS. If nothing else, you can build a financial or a safety plan around SMEEPs. Was that helpful? I hope so. That's one way to get started. Should you tell your pastor about your safety plan? If he is a trusted, safe person that has shown you that he understands domestic violence and abuse, if he is a safe person, sure, you could share that. If he is your trusted person, only you're going to know that. And it's going to be so individual. It's not a blanket answer for you. Thank you for asking that question. It's important. All these questions are super important. I don't know if we'll get to every one of them, but we will in some way answer your questions. All right. Oh, you said you never felt like he took you seriously in the past. Then I would say he's probably not a safe person. Who else in your world? Maybe it's a Sunday school teacher. Maybe it's somebody in your small group. Maybe it's a prayer partner or a Bible study sister. Perhaps they would be a safe person you could share your safety plan with. If your pastor has not proven over time and has a pattern of showing you that he supports you and understands, he is probably not a safe person to share your plan with. All right, we have a question. I'm separated at this time, but my husband just came through on his way back. It was a wake-up call to be with him. Oh yeah, 3 times a week for the last 48 hours. Your first safety need is a boundary and a plan when having a phone call. Ooh, you set a boundary. Congratulations, sister. It says that you've set a timer. How long will you continue to have a conversation? It's okay to, I talk about putting a framework around your boundary. It's okay to put a framework around the time that you will spend having a conversation. And I just want to, for a moment here, talk about Jade. Are you all familiar with Jade? Leslie talks about when you are in an abusive situation or conversation, and if your partner has proven to you time and time again that they are not willing to try to understand your point of view, your heart is not safe with them, your thoughts are not safe with them, your ideas and just your well-being is not of importance to them, you have a responsibility to yourself and to your well-being to not jade. What is jade? Some of you don't know what jade is. I'm going to tell you what jade is. It can be as simple as this. You do not need to justify your feelings or what it is that you're trying to get them to understand. The J for jade is justify. You do not need to argue with them. Ladies, I give you a permission slip not to argue. They don't care. They're not going to listen. You don't need to justify your feelings, your thoughts. Your safety is your responsibility. They don't need to justify that you don't feel safe if you don't feel safe. Only you know that. You don't need to argue with them, okay? They're not going to listen. It's okay to leave a conversation. It's okay to walk out of the room. It's okay not to continue to have a discussion, and that's the D for Jade. You do not need to discuss it any further than you feel comfortable. I know I've had to say to my husband, gosh, you know what? I'm not prepared to discuss that right now. And he'll push me for a discussion. I'm sorry, I'm not prepared to discuss that. And even if you hear back, oh, you haven't thought about it. You just haven't even thought about it, have you? Oh, believe me, I've thought about it. I'm just not prepared to discuss it. It's okay to say that. The other one is, ladies, we don't need to explain ourselves. Anybody else in this room tried to jade over the years to nauseam? If you've watched my Staying Well video, you'll see that that was one of my patterns. That was one of my coping mechanisms, is I would try to overspeak. I overtalked. I jaded all over the place. I justified, I argued, I discussed. I tried to explain myself. I tried to get my husband to understand. He's not going to understand. They don't want to understand. Sometimes they can't understand. They just don't have it in them at the time to understand. Until they do their work, no jading. No jading. Hope that was helpful. All right. Jade is a big one. Oh, and I wanted to tell you, for those of you who wonder about jade, in the Conquer Journey, there is a video called Covert Abuse #2 that goes into jade quite extensively. Leslie does a beautiful job of explaining jade. So you don't have to be helpless, ladies. You don't have to be helpless. You can control you. You cannot control the impact that you have on him, but you can control the impact that his behavior has on you. And one of those ways is to stand in your truth, stand in your core, which you're going to learn about as you do the Conquer Journey. Remember, you have choices. You can stand your ground. You can create a safety plan that honors you and allows you not to have to jade any longer. All right. Would it be unfaithful to run a credit check on your spouse without him knowing, so you can see if you have separate accounts? I don't believe it is unfaithful to run a credit check on your husband if you believe. You could go to him, ask him. I remember asking my husband, are there any accounts that I'm not aware of? Or even better yet, keep it open-ended. What accounts do we have right now that I personally am not aware of right now? Great question. Keep the questions open-ended. I don't believe that it is unfaithful, but if you are unsafe to do that, only you can assess that. It's not unfaithful, but please make sure that you're safe to do that and put into place what it is you need to do to be safe. How do I create a plan to look for a job so I can start being my own financial supporter? Great question. And I would ask you, who do you know that has found a job recently? Well, what women do you know who has found a job recently? I know a woman here in my community, actually. She's in a book study that I'm doing. She just found a job at our local grocery store. She saw a help wanted sign out. And grocery stores are in much need of workers, and they pay pretty well. She went in, she had a job within 2 days. That quick, she found a job. So that is a way that you look around, ask around. Grocery stores are a great place to start. They need help. The workers are exhausted. Many of them are bringing in more employees. If you don't have a safe person and all your friends have turned your back on you, I am so sorry. That is a question that just came through. It's understand they're not your friends. They're not your friends. We can be your safe person. Perhaps, sweet woman who asked this question, and they are coming in anonymously to me because I can't follow the feed. I love this. This feed is active. There are almost 200 of us on this call right now, blowing my mind. Okay, I am trying to stay really present with you. That's one of the areas that I'm really, really working on, is to stay really locked and loaded, engaged with you. So I'm not watching the feed. I'm just seeing the questions, and Martha's sending them to me anonymously. Sweet woman, if your friends have turned their back on you, I am so sorry. There is a way that you can find another Conquer sister that is in your community. There are over 2,000 of us here in Conquer. I will bet you that there is a Conquer sister near you that you could share this with. Reach out to her. If not, please contact your local domestic violence shelter. There are many all over the country, all over the world. For those of you who are international, if you don't have a friend nearby, contact your local domestic violence shelter. They have counselors and support people, coaches that can help you, walk you through a safety plan. There are online hotline numbers, ladies, that those workers can help you in the moment create a safety plan and listen to you as you create a safety plan. Ladies, if you've done that, will you encourage this Conquer sister who asked that question by letting us know in the feed that, yes, raise your hand, I contacted my local domestic violence shelter and they helped me in some way. Could you post that in the link and let us know? Give a heart, give a thumbs up that she's not alone, that her friends, that maybe your friends have turned your back on you too. Some people are not going to understand, ladies. We've done a beautiful job, many of us, of masking, of covering up, of pretending that everything's okay when it's not. So our friends and our family, they're going to think that we're a little bit loony as we create safety plans. That's okay. That's okay. It's where we are today. And part of our job is accepting, right, where we are today and then taking that next step out in order to let go of those crazy cycles that we can be on. Okay? Ladies, you are not crazy. Your friends may tell you, your family may tell you that you are not crazy. Your husband may tell you that you're crazy, that you're putting forth steps. I know when I did one of my safety plans, one of mine was, I'm going to go ahead. I have a bag packed in my car, and I was just going to go ahead and go to a hotel for the night. If I felt like things were escalating at my house and verbally I wasn't safe, emotionally I wasn't safe, I was just going to go. And I got told I was crazy. I was spending money foolishly, all of that. That's okay. That's okay. It didn't matter. I wasn't crazy. I was going to be safe, irregardless of what anybody else said. It's okay to remember that you can't control the way he thinks. And that's one of our safety plans, is that acceptance piece. All right. I'm looking here at some questions. What if you don't know the passwords to your accounts? Okay, this is a great question. In fact, I just had to deal with this the other day because I was trying to set up a new account, or I was trying to transfer money into an old account that I had, and I didn't know the password. Guess what I did? A lot of the bank workers right now during COVID are working remotely. A lot of them are women, and they love to help us. As long as you are joint on your account, you can get the passwords. The bank workers will help you get into the account. They will help you. They are there to serve you. The banking institutions are there as a public service to you. Don't be afraid to make the call and get customer service on the line to help you find out your passwords, your logins to sign into your account. If you do not have, if you're on a joint account and you do not have access because your husband has created the online login, guess what? You can create your own online login, and your bank workers, your customer service people are there to help you do that. So just reach out to them. Ask them the questions. They will help you. Like I said, I just did that this very week because I needed help getting into an account I hadn't been using for a while in order to transfer some money for a need that I had. Okay? Let's see. What does a safety plan look like after separation? Could I talk a little bit more about that? Safety plans are going to evolve, change, and shift and pivot. Sometimes your safety plan, taking a look at SMEEPs is going to be one way to do that. But yes, they are going to change. It's interesting. I've got a safety plan right here. I have been working in this arena for a while now, and I was in a partnership with a beautiful organization in New Mexico, and they are no longer operating, but one of the gals within the group, the founder of the group, created a safety plan here. I'm going to just read it, the top of it. Meeting with my ex safety plan. You can create a safety plan around any of your challenges or questions, right? And so some of the questions on this one were this. If I know I will meet with my ex, can I ask any of the following people to come with me? Great question. Who would you bring with you to meet? You don't have to meet them alone. You get to decide. During separation or after divorce, you get to decide what some of those interactions are going to look like. You can make a choice. You have some control to set yourself up for success, to have the kind of conversations and communication that you want to have. But ladies, I want to encourage you. You're going to need to know what it is you want and need. I'm going to say that again. You're going to need to know what it is you want and need in order to communicate in a way that honors you and provides dignity for yourself as you step forward into having communication after separation or divorce. Are you going to be able to identify what needs you have, what you need to discuss or talk about? Are there going to be topics that you don't want to talk about that are off bounds unless you have a mediator present with you? Are you going to give yourself permission to say nothing if nothing is warranted? It's okay to do that. Ladies, I want to encourage you with this. Make a commitment to yourself, not to ask your children for information about them. Don't ask them if they're feeding information. If they want to bring it up to you, let them bring it up to you, but do not be the one that your spouse can accuse later that says you were needling for information from our kids. Can I just say that? You get to decide whether or not you'll only meet with your ex-spouse in a public location. You don't need to meet with them in private. If that violates and jeopardizes your safety, you do not need to meet with them in private. Meet with them only in public. Think through what is going to happen if your ex or the person that you're separated from, your husband you're separated from, if they're not completely ex yet. What happens if they don't arrive or follow through on their commitments? What kind of consequences will be in place? That can be part of a safety plan after separation. What about, like I said earlier, topics that you will or will not discuss could be part of your safety plan. That's going to be a big one. There are going to be topics that are going to be off bounds. Out of bounds. It's okay to put, like I was talking about putting a frame around what you will and will not disclose or discuss unless you have support with you. So anyway, I'm going to pause here just for a second. Has this been helpful? Let me know if this has been helpful. I know we're talking a lot and I wish Leslie was here too. I miss her. But you ladies are just inspiring me. You are posting, you are sharing, you're going to learn from each other. We're going to learn from you as the Conquer team. We learn every day from you. The more vulnerable you are, the more we learn. The more you share your needs, your struggles, the more honest you are with us and each other, the more we can help you. We don't know what we don't know. Any of us don't know what we don't know. And we can work together. We can lock arms and stand shoulder to shoulder together so we can help each other grow and become stronger. The situations in our world, in our culture are escalating. I don't know how it is that they're going to be brought down. And we need each other. We need each other to be honest and to stop pretending. To pretend that social or that safety plans don't matter. They matter greatly. Okay? All right, I'm looking here back at some questions. Implementing your safety plan. Ladies, what ideas do you have as far as what has given you strength to implement your safety plan? Who has given you strength? Do you have favorite Bible verses that have really spoken to you in this area of your spiritual well-being and a spiritual safety plan that allow you to navigate and honor your safety plan? I shared last week about my bracelets, about not putting on a garment of despair, right? But a garment of praise. Perhaps something like that can be part of your safety plan. My bracelets were part of my safety plan. That was my personal well-being, emotional and mental safety plan. All right. What if I have stepkids and I can't legally take them with me since they are with your dad? That's a big question. Legally, you're going to need to know about all of that. I don't have a lot of answers for you on that one, except I know that you need to stay within the law. And I also know that safety, physical safety, if they are in physical danger, perhaps a previous spouse needs to know about this. And that can be scary. Maybe they already know. Maybe that was one of the reasons they left. I don't know, without knowing the full scope of your situation, I can't really answer that. I will tell you to check legally what it is that you need to pay attention to. I'm looking here to see if there is any more questions. Is there any more questions burning that you have? I'm looking to see, how am I doing, Martha, on answering the questions? Maybe you can let me know how I'm doing here. If I got to them, I know the feed is scrolling. Abigail says, I just saw this as I'm looking over. Abigail says that her local bank helped her as well, just like they helped me. I love the sisterhood here. Yes, they will help you. All right. Okay, I haven't done much safety planning as our problems aren't violent. More insecurities and absence of attention to issues. I've opened my own bank account to create my own financial security, and I've asked a friend to help me with budgeting. My biggest question is emotional safety. Any suggestions? Yeah, the emotional safety piece is huge. Knowing your emotional well-being, and like I was sharing earlier, emotional abuse is one of the most targeted area that our abusers will get to us. They will play on your emotions. Remember, your emotions are great information for you to know about your work to do. And going back to the jade, remembering that to protect yourself emotionally, you do not need to justify. You do not need to argue or discuss or explain all of your emotions. Work through your own emotions. Get a grip on those and know what it is that you're feeling and what stories perhaps that you're telling about yourself or telling to yourself about the situation that could be causing your emotions to run away with you. And there's going to be a lot of support in the Conquer journey that is going to help you navigate your emotions and gain a real strength in your emotional well-being as we step forward. So let me grab, I've got some more notes here. So here we go. Let me just read a couple of quotes here. The process of building a new life takes courage. It takes time and it takes energy. Give yourself permission to take the time that you need and to provide yourself with the support that you need emotionally and that energy, the emotional energy to do what it is that you need to do. It's going to be hard sometimes. Pay attention to how it is that you're feeling when you're down, when you're struggling, when you're faced with an escalating moment. Identify the emotion that you're having. Is it frustrated? Are you scared? Are you anxious? Then perhaps you can create strategies around that specific emotion that you are experiencing. Try to avoid speaking to your partner in ways that don't serve you or that you don't feel safe. Some feel safe via email or text, some don't. Some feel safe speaking it over the telephone and some don't. Only you're going to know that. This is where the safety planning becomes really individual when it comes to your emotional well-being. What are some promises that you can cling to that will help you to stand strong emotionally? Again, these I can statements. I believe in you. Conquer believes in you. The women in Conquer are here for you to help hold you up as you do your own work. Think through too, what are some difficult situations? If you can identify what some of the difficult situations are that you may face as you are navigating your safety plan, that perhaps will help you put together some strategies that will help to support you so you can stay strong. I often say what's unmentionable is unmanageable. So if you can't speak about the challenge, you're going to have a harder time navigating or finding solutions or strategies that will help you to stand strong emotionally. Oftentimes journaling helps. I'm just going to put a plug in for journaling. So I've got mine. We write things down. That tends to help us release some of the energy, emotional energy that is wrapped around all the situations that we're going through. You can, dear Jesus, dear spouse, some way to emotionally dump some of that toxic energy that could be keeping you stuck or keeping you anxious or feeling afraid. Many have found journaling to be super helpful, especially if they're going to be entering into a situation that is more difficult or challenging, or where they're not feeling supported. Maybe keeping a journal of the times that you've done something really well. Ladies, we forget, don't we, to champion ourselves. We forget to champion ourselves and to celebrate our wins. And so journaling some of our wins is super helpful. And so that could be a strategy. Another strategy to help with our emotional well-being is to figure out your local supports. Where can you get help? From friends, from family, from different organizations that will help support you emotionally. Sometimes we can feel really stuck or hopeless when we don't realize that we have choices or options. And by finding out information, taking the responsibility to seek out information and to seek out support, oftentimes will help us become emotionally stronger because we are taking those steps. So how can you find out emotion? How can you find, we have a lot of emotion. How can you find out emotion? Post in the feed. There's going to be tremendous information in this feed. I'm scrolling through. Like I said, I can't even keep up. This has been amazing. Oh my goodness, we have been on here an hour. Ladies, in sensitivity of your time, let me just check and see with Martha if there is any more questions. It looks like we're not doing that. I don't see any more questions coming through right now during this time. Ladies, this has been huge. It has been an honor to be here with you. Please continue to lean into your safety plan. If you have not watched the safety planning videos, there is a wealth of information in the safety planning videos for you to start creating your safety plan. If you have not downloaded some of the resources that are there, please download those. Like I was saying, my favorite, none of them are perfect. Maybe we'll come up with a perfect one and conquer collaboratively, but this one is really powerful and helpful. It is 5 pages long. I have found this one to be helpful. I'm going to show you, I'm going to put on here. Whoops. Oh, sorry. I'm very bad at this mirroring thing. It's the National Center for Domestic Violence. And I'm going to give you their information. It's the National Center on Domestic and Sexual Violence. This is the safety plan for that. It is in Austin, Texas, and you can find them at www.ncdsv.org. That is one resource of a place that you can find a written safety plan. Also, your National Domestic Violence Hotline, I'm going to give you that number, 1-800-799-7233. It's 1-800-799-SAFE, S-A-F-E. The TTY for hearing impaired is 1-800-787-3224. And again, I'm going to give you one more website, www.ndvh.org. Those are some resources that you can go to get some information. Locally, ladies, check your county registry. You want to check your state registry of service providers. And write down some important phone numbers, again, for yourself that you're going to need to have on hand. And let somebody know. Let somebody know that you're in this challenging situation. Let a friend, a trusted person, someone who will not violate your safety. Let them know that you need some help and support. Remember, you're not alone. The choice to reach out is scary. I get it. This is so vulnerable. I see you and I hear you. I was afraid the first time that I had to share that I was in a destructive situation and that I needed support. My pride, my ego had to take a back seat, ladies, and I had to share it with somebody. It's vulnerable and it's scary. And I see you and I hear you, and God sees you and He hears you, and He knows that it's scary. But do it for you. Exercise the wisdom we talked about in Proverbs 4. remember that you're not alone, that God sees you and He cares so deeply and He loves you so deeply. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wrap up this live. Thank you for showing up here today. Thank you so much for your love and care and concern for each other. Thank you for being here for one another. And I look forward to the next time we get to be live. Next Wednesday, we're going to start the next module. We're going to talk all about clarity. If you have not created a safety plan, your next best step is to create a safety plan. If you have not watched the safety videos, your next best step is to do that. All right, dear ones, I love you so much. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for being patient as I do this without Leslie. Thank you, Martha, for feeding questions to me. Ladies, I love you. We're here for you. Until next time, take good care. God bless and be well.